Hello everyone, welcome to Building the Ultimate Matchbox Car Collection. My name is Tyrone, and today we've got ourselves a whole bunch of 2021 5-packs. Today I want to have a look at MBX Fire Rescue. Boom, here it is. There's a little bit of confusion with this one. On the panel on the right hand side where it says what's in the box, they've done everything right until you get down to the fourth one, Ford Police Interceptor. Even I know that's Ford Crown Victoria, but we'll get to that. Here are the other sides of the box. Nothing particularly interesting. This is what we get slugged in some parts of Australia for these. Although this was on sale, so didn't have to pay the full $14.99 to essentially get one car, because I've got all of these and we'll bring all of those out as we go. Okay, did we see everything on the box? I think so. So I'll rip this sucker open. We'll keep it close by. I normally just launch it over my shoulder and then realise there's something I need to show you on it and can't find it. So I'll plunk those there. Okay, we'll start with this one so we can get out of the way primarily, but slide you down a couple of stories. Move up to the front of the class. Good view. Good. Maybe. Boom. Here we go. Ambulance. Looks a bit more like a money truck, but we'll go with ambulance. I thought I had more of these, but I kept on finding the bushfire truck, the International Workstar bushfire truck, which is a much better casting in my opinion, but they've gone for this one. Yeah, not much to say about it. That's the base if you're interested. It's very plasticky. Yep, so that's that one. But while we're on the bush fire truck, this has come out in a bunch of colours. That one and that one. And then it came out in white. I know many of you think a fire engine must be red. I tend to agree, but they've been doing the colour switcheramo a lot, and from a long time ago. Where are we? Do you know, I brought out so many fire trucks that a lot of things have been lost in the crowd. Ah, here we are. You see, in the early 80s, they brought out the Snorkel number 1, or as I just called it, the Snorkel truck. And that was very properly red, and then they brought it out in a bunch more colours, but then by the early 90s it was a airport unit in the very stark orange, but they came out in green and all sorts of colours, so they've been doing it forever, this non-red fire truck thing. Let's put those in the background. They weren't even in the 5-pack, and we've spent time on those. And an all-time favourite, the Blaze Buster from the 70s. Speaking of all-time favourites, this is a relatively new casting. It's a Scania P360 fire engine. I love this casting. And it's new. So when they get their heads together, they can give us decent fire engines. And this one. It came out in a bunch of colours also. And fire engines that aren't really fire engines. That one. And to carry on the airport theme, that one. And oh, can't go past the hazmat squad. It's the right one of that one. And a nicer red one of that one. And I think this was a misstep. It is a licensed vehicle, international pumper, but yikes. Great if you need to turn it into a school bus and pick up the kids just after you've put out a house fire. But yeah, red is best. Did I tell you the story of my one of my older brothers when he was young? He used to freak out every time a fire engine went by because he believed they started fires. The Seagrave came out in green. That's not something I'd collect a fleet of. Green fire engines. There's it in red. So we'll take a look at that. So we're talking 2015, 2016 release. It's a beautiful colour, but it's green. Yeah. Every colour known to man, but at least they got the red one. So that is those. Let's get to something that's actually in the 5-pack. Freightliner business class. Sounds like a seat on an aeroplane, but it's not. It's a fire pumper. MBX County in a really rusty red. Still not fire engine red. I forgot to show you this one. A PS Dash in grey and black. It's nice casting, but yeah, I don't actually have any variants of this to highlight the colour change because, yeah, so that actually was in the 5-pack. We better get this straight. Where is the other one? Bring him forward. And this one here, which is a nice casting, Flame Tamer, but again, the rusty red. That came out in a bunch of colours. That is the fire engine Flame Tamer 2006. But you see it there, fire engine 2006. That one was from 2012, and since they've brought out about 25 of it, including this one. And this one. Nice chrome base. But good looking casting. But yeah, coppery red now. So we'll put those there. And this fella, this is another repeat from a 9-pack exclusive. This first came out. Now it's in this 5-pack. The Dodge Ram. 2015 Ram, in fact. It's lovely. So they've kept a good thing with that one. But this is a Ford Crown Victoria. It's a 2006 Ford Crown Victoria, and on the box they've called it the Police Interceptor, which looks like this, based on the American Ford Taurus. Ford Taurus didn't come to Australia, not in this shape anyway. The extremely rounded off, bubbly one, probably mid-90s, came to Australia. Didn't do well, and the Taurus was never to return, sadly, because they're making some pretty good looking cars recently. I'm not sure if they still make them over there, but you'll probably be able to tell me. Do they make the Ford Taurus anymore? Scale's out of whack, we'll get that out of shot because it's not a fire car, whereas this is one of my favourite newish castings for Matchbox, the old Crown Vic. And we have a light bar. Before I bring on all the other fire chiefs, I'll put a gripe to rest. The Crown Vic has come out many times in police cars, this one NYPD, but taxi on that light bar, yikes. Would have had many of these if they hadn't have done that. Not happy. Still haven't quite gotten over that. Did they do it? Yep, they did it with this one as well. Taxi. And where are we? Not particularly fond of that shape, but at least it had its own light bar. Another Crown Victoria. Before we go too far off the beaten track, and then they finally got it right again with that. Tidied up the light bar. Of course, it warranted a taxi light bar when it was a taxi. And of course, they actually did a good job with authentic ad sign on the roof. Crown Vics everywhere. But we'll get rid of cop cars and taxis because we're talking about the fire chief. Beautiful red. Before that, we've had many fire chief cars in Matchbox. This was the Hornet. 51 Hudson Hornet to be precise. It came out in many police car liveries and then they brought that out. Good looking car, and why not have as many as you can find? And in the 70s they had this tremendous looking fire chief. What did they call it? Just called it the Fire Chief, strangely enough, number 64, copyright 1976 or 8. Let's call it the 1970s. Chrome interior would have been lovely for those hot sunny days. So put that there for a second. And of course, even further back is the Ford Galaxy. No copyright, but let's just call this one old. I picked this up for about $18, I think it was, at a diecast convention here in Perth. Not mint, but not too shabby either. Thought I got myself a bargain there. Yeah, so there we are. Oops. He's the star, isn't he? Put these guys in the background. Over there. I think we should put this one in the foreground because that's the most interesting thing of this 5-pack, I think. So there we have it. The Fire Rescue 5-pack of 2021 from Matchbox. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe if you have not already. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.